Okay, so the next step is to toast some cumin seeds. Now, this recipe that I'm following here calls for toasted cumin seeds. Cumin is a very common spice in lots of cooking. South American, Indian. It's the core ingredient in chili powder. So you've most likely had cumin before. I found my cumin seeds, and in order to toast them, I'm going to take a tiny little cast iron skillet, put it on a relatively small burner, turn the light on, and I'm actually making a really big pot of soup. So I'm going to use a lot of cumin seeds. I buy all of my spices in bulk from a natural food store that's a few blocks away from my house. So you can see, again, I'm using a hummus container. Asmar's hummus is delicious, my favorite brand, and the containers are dishwasher safe. So once you finish with your hummus, you put it in the dishwasher, you pull out a fresh clean container, and then you can reuse it for a variety of things. You can pack your lunch in it, you can store dried spices in it, you can do whatever you want. I've got a whole variety of them. So you're probably getting nervous, or maybe not, you should be, getting nervous, wondering if I'm going to destroy these cumin seeds because I'm not paying any attention to them. Well, I am now. I've got a spoon out, and I am moving the cumin seeds around. If you're feeling really special, you can do a little shaky shake, and even a tossy toss. Whenever I try that, they end up going everywhere. So try that at home if you want, but I'm not going to advise it. Now, you just got to keep them moving because this fire is going to get this cast iron skillet really hot really quickly. And in doing so, you could end up burning the seeds. So you want to keep them moving. How do you know when they're done? Well, the reason we're doing this is that toasting these seeds really wakes up the flavor, brings out a really special aroma that is imparted to the food when you grind them up and mix them in. So you can tell when they're done when you can start to smell that delicious toasty scent. Now this burner is actually, that spoon was too short, and it was getting my fingers a little warm, so again, be sensitive to those sorts of things. You can also tell when they're getting closer because you can hear them make a little popping sound. I don't know if you can hear that. Maybe you can. Pop. Pop. They start to snap and crackle a little bit. So that's a good sign. And they're also going to change color a little. They're going to turn a little bit more brown, a little darker in color. So that's another way that you can make sure that you can see some that are lighter in color and move them around and get them flat on the bottom surface so they get a chance to get toasted. When you have a large amount of seeds in your thing like I do, it's important to make sure that you don't forget that there's a corner that maybe you haven't moved around yet, because you don't want them all equally toasting at the same rate. So I just found a little corner over here that I've been neglecting. So you can hear they're starting to pop quite a bit now. You can see little wafts of steam coming off of them too. I don't know if it's steam or smoke. That's part of the process, and that smoke that's coming off of them is smells really good. Too bad you can't have this in aroma vision. I don't know if you can see that we're getting our seeds are getting browner. Some of them are pretty brown. We're moving right along. And the secret to most cooking is you need to realize that even if the fire is off when you're cooking something, that the pot is still hot and is still imparting heat to whatever you're cooking. So for example, you're cooking pasta and maybe you take the pasta out and you pour out the hot water and then you put the pasta back into the pot to let it sit until you're ready to serve. Well, that pot's going to still be hot, so you want to make sure to not Alright, so I'll put them in here. Woo! I think actually some of them are a little bit on the burny side, but it'll balance out. See, there's lots of smoke coming off them now, which is make them really delicious.